Rob Harris, how you doing, mate?
All good, mate. You?
I'm very well, thank you, Rob. It's been a very long time. Feels like a gazillion years since I've seen you. Because I remember the first time I met you, I was at this local gym in Nottingham, and I can remember I can remember them days as well. I can remember one time when you practically came to my rescue when I pulled an abdominal muscle. I'll share the story with everybody. I pulled an abdominal muscle, and bless Rob, he dropped what he was doing. Him and another friend of, was it Yun? Was that his name?
Yeah.
Yeah, so he was just as kind as yourself, and if he's watching, a big shout out to him as well. Yeah. And I can remember you both like saying, "All right, okay, let's do this. Just you got to relax. You got to take it easy." You were nonstop blessed, giving me advice about how to recover from that injury, and then you both helped me get on my feet and all that stuff. So bless you for that. But yeah, Rob, like I say, I remember that as well. Even the day after, you're like, "How you feeling? Are you all right? Did you rest okay? Did you pack ice on it and everything?" Yeah, a few years later, I actually tore it, and it still hasn't even healed up. Yeah, seriously, I was in my old gym. I tore it. I'd say that's the abdominal wall. It was actually leaning forward. So they put me out of training for a whole year, and I ballooned up about 80 pounds on top, and that's 80 pounds of fat, not muscle.
Yeah.
And it was horrible. Oh yeah. It hurts you hearing it. It hurted me more feeling it. So
yeah. The call gone straight out the window, isn't it?
Yeah, it definitely does, my friend. Definitely does. But it's great to see you. Thanks for doing this, coming on my show. Rob, thanks, the pleasure is all ours. I speak on the team's behalf, not sounding egotistical, but I speak on the team's behalf. You've done it all. Personal training, you've done bodybuilding competitions, you've won quite a lot of competitions. I always considered you, the best way of describing you and how I've described you to my team was, they were asking, what does Rob Harris look like? I said, imagine the British Franco Columbu. That's Rob for you.
I'll take that, yeah. I love that.
Franco was one of my favorite bodybuilders as well, may he rest in peace.
Yeah,
but how he went by training people, I think the most famous person he ever trained properly was, other than Arnold, was Stallone.
Rocky movies,
and Rambo, how he got him in shape for all them movies. It was like mind blowing, and like he started getting all the fan mail, because remember that was before emails, internet, and everything like that. That's how we started to contact people, everybody, through handwritten letters and mailed them.
Even before telephones, mate, that was.
Even before telephones, yeah. Well, landlines can still get away with that. But but Rob, again, it's an absolute pleasure to have you on the show. Thank you again for doing this, my friend.
No worries.
Thank you. So normally what I like to say is, with all my guests, is, first of all, I want to start off by saying congratulations on all your accomplishments, whether it's PT, whether it's competition training, like I said, the titles, the championships you've won. Like I said, you practically done it all. You had quite a lot of a fan base, even here in Nottingham when you were working here. And a lot of people just came to you for all the advice rather than everybody else. I mean, everybody else knew what they were doing, but they just saw you and like, I'm just going to go to that guy there. He just knows what he's saying. And you were just, the best thing about yourself, Rob, was you were very easily approachable. You were just like, yeah, come here, let's talk. What advice do you need? What tip do you need and everything? You were just like one of the nicest people I ever came across, and bless you, I haven't seen you in a long time and not much has changed.
No, man, like it just, no matter how much you do in life and how successful you are, just be humble, and I'm a big believer in that. We've all been in the same places. I've been in the same places that people start out in the gym. I know what it's like to walk in there and be intimidated, and I always tell people, remember your first day in the gym. So if someone approaches you and asks you, they've took the time to approach you, it might scare the hell out of them, but Indeed. That can change their life.
It does. It can be quite intimidating as well. I can remember it's true, but remember the first time I went to the gym, it was extremely intimidating because you were surrounded by all the big guys. You're surrounded by what will this person actually pick me up and fling me like a dart or something? And there's the intimidation factor is without a shadow of a doubt. It can be quite scary. You can use it to your advantage. Let it fuel your training instead.
Yeah, exactly.
Definitely. So, Rob, what is your background and how did you get into the sport of bodybuilding?
To be fair, like when I first started out, I worked in retail. Like that was my main first job priority. Got a basis in customer service there. I worked for a sports store, so there was always sort of some sports going on. And then when I decided to transition, I always wanted to work in a gym. I just never knew how to go about it. I couldn't do school because of my dyslexia. I couldn't understand in that environment. I can't learn when I'm restricted. If someone gives me something that says, here you go, take as long as you need to, I'll smash that out in record timing because then I'm in control. So I ended up doing, it was like a week intensive course. So you have 7 days, and then on days 6 and 7, you sit your exams. So Monday to Friday, you're literally learning a chapter of like the fitness instructor handbook. So if you didn't learn Monday's chapter by the time you get into Tuesday, you're already a day behind. So it's real intense, but that's my way of learning. I like to be right. You've got a deadline, you got to make it. So I got my fitness instructor's qualification and then decided, right, I wanted to do nutrition because to me, not everybody wants to go to the gym, but if we can eat healthy, that can change our life sometimes more than going to a gym can. So then I did all my nutritional stuff. And then again, I got bit by the bug and I wanted to become a personal trainer because now I can work in the gym. I want to help guide people and motivate them to achieve all the goals and things that they never thought they could and help them on their journey and be part of that. And then I think it was in 2009, I did my level 3 personal trainer, qualified as a personal trainer. And then that was it. I ended up moving. And as you know, obviously I ended up in Nottingham. I would move so I could work at lots of different gyms because I wanted to see how, not only how the gyms run, but how the PTs run. So I can cover everything because I wanted one day to get to the place where, say where I am now, be a manager of a gym and have a team of PTs behind me that have the same ethos and work ethic that I do and be there for the same reasons I am.
That's amazing. Well, congrats. You've come a very long way. And like I said, I can remember all the clientele that you were building up left, right, and center in the gym where I met you as well. And I think some of the managers found you quite intimidating as well. But like I said, I admit I did find you quite intimidating. But as soon as you spoke, like, oh, he's actually really quite a friendly individual. What was I thinking? I was like, really, Addy?
Even now, the amount of people that will come into the gym and they take one look at me, I've got tattoos, I'm big built, and I've got a mohawk. Instantly, they get that stereotypical image. But like you said, the minute I start talking to them, they're like, I wasn't expecting that. I'm like the nicest guy they could ever meet. I love that because it just changes people's, perception of what you visually see.
Yeah. Remember, expect the unexpected, and you were very expected because, like I say again, going back to when I injured myself, and I didn't expect everybody to rush over. Like there was like a circle of people around me. Like, are you all right? All right. Keep your legs straight. You're going to injure the abdomen even further. And I was like, you bless your heart. You helped me get back on my feet. Literally, you did do that, and you instantaneously got my respect forever. And not much has changed in over 10 years, Rob.
No.
So what was your favorite sport growing up?
To be honest with you, mate, I loved pro wrestling.
Really?
Literally. Yeah, that's there's two things I ever wanted to be. One was a professional wrestler and the other one was a bodybuilder. Both of them you needed to be in some physical fitness shape. So to me, going to the gym was essential. I mean, first gym I stepped in, I was 12 years old. This is before all the regulations that we have now. And from the age of 12, I was literally in that gym every night. I'd finish school, go to the gym, finish school, go to the gym. And it was all because, I just wanted to be a professional wrestler and didn't know there were such things as wrestling schools and it was all choreographed and stuff like that. You're naive. You live in the world.
That's true.
You take it for what it is. You're entertained and you buy into it. And then I think I got hold of the original VHS version of Pumping Iron.
Yes, I remember that.
The blue cover, the original. And I remember I literally played that today. Back in the day when we had video players, this isn't like DVD or streaming. This is proper video. So you would rewind, fast forward, rewind, fast forward.
Yeah.
And that was it, mate. I was hooked when I saw Arnold, Louis Franco, Serge, Frank Zane. That's what I wanted to be.
I can remember. I remember watching that myself, and I was like, everyone kept saying to me, "You got to watch Pumping Iron." And I was like, "What was it? What's it about?" It goes, "Just watch it." So what's it about? It goes, "Just watch it." And then you realize it's Arnold Schwarzenegger, and without a shadow of a doubt, Arnold put the sport of bodybuilding on the map where it is today.
Yeah,
because of him, a lot of people started hitting the gyms. Whereas people used to look down on the sport of professional bodybuilding, Arnold, without a shadow of a doubt, turned a lot of people's heads around. Yeah. I think also Franco did the same, because obviously because of his height, people were thinking, oh, you need to be a certain height to be a bodybuilder. Franco didn't show that.
I was of that thought process. Right, I'm only 5'3", so I thought, yeah, I ain't 6 foot, I can't be a bodybuilder. But then when you see Franco at like 5'4", 5'5", yeah, you just think it is possible for someone my height to have a physique that is, worthy of being on that stage.
Yeah, exactly. And same thing with Lou Ferrigno. What most people didn't know about him was the fact that he was deaf, wasn't he? He lost 90% of his hearing from when he was an infant, and people bullied him a lot. And he started, lifting weights, and he became what he is today, 2-time Mr. Universe.
Yeah.
But like I say, when I watched Pumping Iron, that made me want to get back into the gym even more. Like, you got to lift heavier weights, train even harder. How did they eat? Because remember, supplementation back then was a very short supply, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was all real food. That's all they had. They didn't have access to all these whey protein powders, creatines, and all these fat burners and stuff like that. Yeah. They just set with the real food, your beef, your chicken, your eggs, those sort of things. Cream. They would make their own protein shakes out of cream.
Wow. Really?
Yeah. Arnold's, one of his mass shakes was, it'd have cream in it because of the calories and the fat.